Thomas, the finish you really put over it, like your face. You guys got to know where you're at in the ring, so that way you don't have to turn someone around like that. Like, okay, if I turn him this way, his face is going to be over here. Like, that way, like, 'cause that's really pretty obvious. And if you're doing a match where you're filming it and this side is a hard cam, and you gotta walk around like that, it really looks silly. So know where you're at. I think, like, as far as like the focus of the heat was his back, but you really didn't focus on his back. That's what we got. Like, you did a couple moves. It's like, I know he's still very new, just like John, but it's like on Todd's heat, Todd stayed focused on his back. He still did other things, but he stayed focused on his back. Where you like did like that front thing, like, and remember, after someone has a hope spot, that's the best time to go into like a bigger move, so they can really sell it to the back. Not like, you know, like hitting with the forearm and throwing his face down. It's like he rolled you up, 1, 2, kick out. That's when it's like do something to his back. After that, that's like the opportunity for it, because then that way you could get your heat while he's rolling around selling. So we didn't think that there was like not enough focus on his back. So like you getting him in the Boston Crab didn't mean as much because the heat was in focus. What else have we
like, it wasn't bad. It's just it's good for you. It's just because when you work with somebody like this,
or someone like Thomas, gonna be like someone like this.
No, I mean, it's like it's just you're not experienced. That's all. It's just lack of experience. That's all. Nothing bad at all. Just lack of experience. So you really gotta kind of guide him, you know, and you have to be aware he can't do all the things that, you know, somebody with more experience can, but you can't give him that much leeway. I mean, you have to like actually cut out the leeway and really take the reins, because you have to control everything he does. You have to know what he's doing next, everything. So you kind of give him a lot of cushion. So he didn't know where to go. So there was a kind of a lull in your match. In the first part of the heat, you gave him 2 covers before he even got his home spot. Remember, no covers until the first home spot. Maybe 1, but you went 2, and you started getting really frustrated.
You weren't able to build your frustration because you did it right in the beginning.
Yeah.
So after the hope, that's when like you did like third. Where are they at? Tim and Jesse, they did it perfectly because they did very basic stuff in the beginning. Once he had his hope spot, they built it. They did 3 covers, and each kick out, Jesse got more and more frustrated. But before you even had a hope spot, yeah, you're 1, 2, it's like you had nowhere to go.
And another thing is, remember, when you're doing it, like, think of this as like a scene, like a movie, like the match is a movie or a TV show, whatever. You know how it ends. At the end, you win because he gives up. So before that, before that last climactic moment, that last scene, you want to plan the opposite. So for this, he had his comeback, but you actually had the last false finish before you actually went over on him. It should be Thomas, you win with the Boston Crab. But it was Thomas, you cut him off, you drop kicked him, recovered him, and then you went for it again, and then you outsmarted him again. You want to make it so that since you're going to win, you got to make it like you make it seem like he's going to win. Yeah. With this, it seemed like you're going to win, and then you did win. Yeah. Oh, okay. But, I mean, just be aware of that. Whatever the finish is, you want to plan all the moments before that moment, the opposite. So if you're going to win, I want to make it seem like he's whipping your ass. There's no way you're going to win. And then big turn is, oh, she won. Big surprise. Everybody is surprised and emotionally involved now. But if you already win, like, oh, you got him a crap. Oh, I didn't see that. I saw it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And but Thomas, not taking nothing away from you. Your song was really good. You're kicking out strong. There's a point where you're sawing your back, right? You slam Buggy, sewed your back, and Buggy said, sew your back. And as soon as she said it, you stopped and you covered it. And we're like, okay, but not bad. And especially at the end, with your looking your face, that was really good. That would have saved the match. The hard cam would have been here. It would have been on your face. And that's the last thing we remember. I mean, the comeback was bad, but still, that's all we remember by the end. So, I mean, your emotionally selling was really good. So nothing bad. Take it as a learning experience. You guys get better.
Remember, like, this is like for like one of my strengths is always carrying somebody who like hasn't had a lot of experience, or like the younger guys. And the way you do it is, this is what you were doing to an extent. It's like you need to stay on them, not tunnel vision like, but you need to stay on them. So it's like you give them a move and you control where they go, pick them up by the head control. So it's like you're like giving him a move so that you're not exposing him. Like you didn't do this. I'm just saying, like if you whip and say, okay, duck this, do this, it's like he might forget, and all of a sudden you guys bump into each other. And you're like, oh, during the headlights, what do we do? There's more chance for error that way. So stay on him like you did, which was good, but you still need to let him breathe. Like you stayed on him, but you almost had tunnel vision where you just kept looking at him. You didn't look at us at all. Like you didn't like give us like a reason to boo or to hate you, because you were just like focused on him, which he's your opponent. But as a heel, once you're beating him down, you start getting arrogant and clocky, and that's when you start like saying, okay, well now you know I'm gonna play with him before I devour him, right?
Right.
Right. Yeah, we gotta go. Bam.
And go.